Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are at my house. Steph has come to film another episode for you, and this is going to be sort of like a mishmash of shoulder workout. I'm gonna show you my home gym. I'm gonna introduce you to all my animals, and we're gonna start with what is in my fridge at 2 weeks out from the Weider Pro Show. And as you guys know, I do have 5 kids, so there might be junk, there might not. I don't know what's going on here, but okay, it's actually not bad. So most of my fridge is prep shop meals. So I will show you kind of what I am eating from prep shop right now. Just chicken for protein, chicken and flank steak. This is literally the best flank steak. Like after my show, I just want to eat this whole tray, and then also want to eat an entire tray of sweet potatoes. So this is my order right now from prep shop. Just chicken, flank steak, sweet potato, and I'm not doing any seasoning on anything. That is just my preference. It's definitely not something you have to do in prep. It's just I like to make sure that there's nothing that's gonna bloat me or upset my stomach. And sometimes, you know, onion powder, garlic powder could affect people. I'm not even sure if it affects me, but I decided to just not take the risk. I did have raspberries in my diet, but not anymore. That's another thing that I'm like, if I were to say what I'm craving and excited for post-show, it's just like fruit. I just want like a whole bunch of fruit. That's what I kind of miss. Other things that I get from prep shop that I will show you, this is my husband. So like my husband will get these meals. He is, every time I prep, he gets motivated to get healthier, and so he also kind of goes on like a prep diet, even though like he'll eat these meals and then he'll have like a bag of chips on the couch later, so I tell him it doesn't count, but he does just like a protein, rice, and veg, and these are super clean. These are prep friendly as well, so if you are prepping, prep shop can measure out everything for you and have it ready. For me, because I check in every single day with my coach and my macros always change, it doesn't make sense, so I just do the big trays and then I weigh it as I go. And then my husband also gets these everyday meals, and these are going to be my reverse meals. I will probably start with more of this kind of style stuff to reverse with, and then maybe add one of these a day just for variety. But these aren't prep friendly, but they're definitely super clean, and you know, you can stay on track as the macros are listed. So this is teriyaki salmon with veg and sesame rice. This one, oh, this is just chicken, broccoli, and rice in this. This is my favorite. Oh my God. I might take this with me. I don't know if else, like, I don't want to carry extra stuff, but like post-show, Korean barbecue with sesame, white rice, and gailan. I'm like excited about this one. Okay, so that's it. He has so many different ones. He's got, oh, he does like a bunch of chicken, also chicken, rice, and broccoli. I don't know why he ordered so much chicken, rice, and broccoli. I really think he is like trying to get on a prep diet with me. So he doesn't have too many of the everyday meals. Most of it's pretty clean. And then I've got egg whites, lots of egg whites. I did take out, as of this morning, I took out eggs and egg whites and I replaced it with more flank steak. So right now, going into the show at 2 weeks out, I just have chicken and flank steak as my proteins, and that is just for convenience, guys. I'm not saying eggs and egg whites are bad. I actually think they're great, and egg whites especially, so much volume. I don't want to have to cook eggs in the hotel room. So I'm just making it easy for myself. Prep shop's gonna make trays like this, and then I've got this big Yeti. Just want to make it super, super simple for the trip. To show you guys, this is my mustard. If you are gonna have a condiment, Steph's enjoying my fridge tour. If you're gonna have a condiment, like, this is it. Jalapeno mustard. It is so clean. There's like water, mustard seed, jalapeno pepper, turmeric, paprika. That's it. I don't put like any other things. I do have like fun condiments, you know, that I see some people still use kind of in prep. I just cut them out because I just like to keep things very consistent. I was having this as well, up to about like 6 weeks out, but this has a lot of macros actually. It's 4 fat, 8 carb. And when your carbs get very, very low, like mine are now, you just can't waste them. We're gonna have our pre-workout before we train. I'm gonna find, this is probably gonna be enough sweet potato for this pre-workout. Also, I highly recommend you drink your water from this Starbucks cup, which is $3.99 at Starbucks. And I have to tell you that for some reason, water tastes better out of a Starbucks cup. Do you not agree?
I do.
I don't know why. It just tastes like you're at Starbucks.
I think it's a straw.
Yeah, it's a straw, like it's got weight. Oh, my carbs right now are low, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. So I already had one meal this morning. It was, oh, I'm not having this. I'm gonna have steak. It was flank steak and sweet potato, and now I'm gonna have another meal of flank steak and sweet potato. I did some posing in the morning, a bit of cardio, and now this will be my pre-workout meal. And I always put steak in the morning because I find that like at the end of the night, I'm tired no matter what. And I would rather keep things that digest slower towards like the beginning of the day, because that's when I'm getting everything done and when I like to get everything done. So my workout, my cardio, posing, I don't have a lot of food in my diet, so I'm trying to keep things that like keep me fuller in there earlier on. We're doing 100 flank. So just pop that in. We don't use utensils. Sue has time for that. Maybe you'll eat it with utensil. So this is what I do. Just, yay. And only 60 sweet potato. Also, oh my God, Prep Shop sweet potato is candy. Like, I'm not kidding. I don't know how they make it, but it literally tastes like candy. Just 1, 2, 3. I use this salt from Loblaws, and I like it because it's like super coarse, so it kind of gives you like a bit of a crunch. We take what we can get. I don't microwave things. I don't have time.
What do you mean?
I just eat it cold.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't mind it cold.
That's so weird.
I'm gonna show you guys our gym in a second, but when we finish the gym, I have to show you this sign. So my coach, Amber, got this for me, for us, for the gym. But then, so my last name starts with P and then 7, because there's 7 of us. So we have this thing P7, and we get it like printed everywhere. It's like our family, I don't know, slogan or whatever. And so he had this made for the gym, but like then when we got it up to the gym where we were gonna put it, it didn't fit. So we just put it in the kitchen. And so this is like I sit here and I eat and I look up at the sign and all I hear is Amber telling me not to be a pig. No, I'm just kidding. I put a question sticker up yesterday. I screenshot it. Okay, so while we're waiting for this food to digest a bit, I'll answer. There were a couple of really good questions. Actually, I had a few people ask for a full day of eating, or what I'm eating right now. And I wanted to address that because it's something I spoke to my coach about the other day. So my food for this prep, if you guys have been following me for a while or you follow Amber, he always talks about how, oh, Dove's food stays so high. You know, like last year, this time in prep, not last year, but last time I prepped, this time, like 2 weeks out from the show, I was eating like 400 grams of carbs. It was insane. And this time I'm down to like 50 and high cardio. And so initially, like you would think, well, like, how is that possible? Like, shouldn't you have gotten better? Because like I stayed consistent with my coaching. I stayed consistent in my off seasons. Shouldn't my metabolism have gotten better? So keep in mind that I spoke about this with Amber yesterday, and I now finally understand it, because I was also a bit confused. I was thinking, I built more muscle. Shouldn't I be able to be eating more? The problem with my last prep was that he was constantly fighting flatness in my physique. So I would, eat and like train, do cardio, whatever, and then go flat. And the reason is because I didn't have enough muscle. Like I didn't have, I couldn't stay full because the muscle wasn't there. But now that I've built so much more muscle, he is able to diet me down to the appropriate condition without losing fullness. And so that's like going to be the big difference, I think, with my look this show, is that we are going to be able to bring the right condition. And it's like my best already, like in this morning's check-in, is like the best condition that I've had. Maybe we can insert a picture of my back pose. Like it's never looked like that. And so we're able to do that because I'm able to diet so much harder without losing muscle, because like I said, I've built so much more muscle. Also, my training's better. So I find that like when I do go into the gym, even though I am low carbs, I'm able to like really pump that blood into the muscle so much better than I could before, because I've just like gotten better with training. So that is why my food is lower. And like I said, I would do a full day of eating, but like it's literally protein. I'm like very, very simple in my preps. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you don't have to eat boring food. Agreed. If you're dieting, I think if you're doing a show prep, you're trying to get stage lean, like this is so extreme. Eat bland. Like that's just like what I do. I don't need food to taste amazing for the next 2 weeks, even though like for me, it's still really good, but like it's such a short amount of time. This is not a lifestyle. I'm not going to live like this forever. This is literally the last few weeks of prep. It is a huge grind, but like I'm here for it. Let's do it. I don't get discouraged. My coach gives me more cardio, less food. I'm just like, okay, like we're closer. Like I want to look so freaking freaky on stage this year. Like I want to like just blow it out of the water. So that's why I'm pushing right now. And I'm not like, I don't really care. Like a lot of my meals don't even have vegetables in them. I just like to keep my stomach super small and tight. So I'm not looking for volume. Like I don't want to do things to make myself feel full. Like I'll be hungry, but look better. That's just my outlook. So I did screenshot the pictures. Of course, I can't find them. One of the hardest things in prep, honestly, is prep brain. Oh, I'll tell you a quick story. So I was supposed to pick up my suit on Wednesday. I had an appointment to go to KH Customs, which is about an hour for me, and pick up my suit. And Krista, who writes her new address, because KH Customs moved, in every single email, and every email says, like, public service announcement, we moved, don't go to the old KH Customs, this is the new address. Well, what does Deb do? So I get in my car, I go to the gym, do my cardio, whatever. My husband was supposed to take me, I call him, like, forget it, I'm taking myself, I'm going straight from the gym, it's only 45 minutes, put in KH Customs into my Waze, drive for 45 minutes to 50 minutes, get to a plaza that looks nothing like the first place I went to choose the suit, and realize that I'm in Milton, which is her old location, and I'm in the parking lot, and I had like my first prep moment where I just started bawling. I was like, this is not where I was supposed to go. So then I'm like, let me put the real address in, and it was 45 minutes away. And it was 45 minutes away from where I was, and I drive an electric car, so I had no charge. Like there was no way I was getting from Milton to her new location. So I was like, I call Krista, and I'm like so upset. I'm like, I can't, like, I have to go home, because like, where am I going to find a charger in Milton or like her new location? So, and I was so tired, and I'd already eaten my post-workout, and it took me another hour to get home. So it was like an hour and a half or over an hour and a half of driving for nothing. I rebooked it for tomorrow. I'm going to pick up my suit tomorrow. But anyways, in that moment, just to give a little, happiness, I was like, like, it's okay. I laughed it off. I called my sister, who I haven't spoken to in a really long time, because in prep, as you know, you just you're so focused and you forget sometimes to call the people you love. And I had like a good hour chat with her on the way home, and it was like super nice because we didn't talk about anything prep related. It was just about kids, programs, her son away in university. It was just like a nice conversation. And when I got home, I was like, that worked out. Like, that was okay. It was okay that I made that mistake. So always look at the bright side. Anyways, I got the questions. What does your training split look like? What's your favorite meal food on prep? Okay, so training split, I've never had like a real, I've had like a split, but like, you know, I don't do like Monday legs, Tuesday this, whatever. I go by, it's like a cycle. So right now I'm going legs, quad focused, and then I do shoulders, back, and then legs, hamstrings, focused with like a bit of glutes. So again, my goal was to bring up my legs. I don't train glutes like super directly. I just do like abductor, a little bit of like accessory work on my hamstring days. And then I do calves with either my shoulder or back day. I try to get it in like every other, every third day. So we keep rotating through that. Right now, like I said, I've been checking in every single day. So Amber just like tells me what to do that day. If I feel good, I'll hit legs again every other day. If I feel really sore, I won't. Like I'll do shoulders or back. I rarely take a day off right now. That's just, you know, if I don't need it, I'm not going to take it off. Again, food is low. I want to keep the blood pumping, muscles full. So if I can train, I will train. Another question I really like and we can answer quickly is mental health. How do you keep your focus and mindset during prep? So this is actually a big one. So this prep, I started to work with a lot of different people. So for one, I got a new posing coach. I've been working with somebody doing LPF, like different breathing exercises to help really bring my waist in. We could talk about that in another video, but another person that I've been working with is a mindset coach. She's been amazing. She's actually like a hockey mindset coach. She's just been helping me with just staying focused and staying present in what I'm doing. And this prep has been so different. One of my biggest things, and I think this is a big thing for a lot of competitors, is comparing yourself to other athletes. And I haven't been doing that. Like I've seen other girls that are going to do this show and it's like, it doesn't faze me. Like I'm just like, okay, like we all worked hard. We all deserve to be on that stage. At the end of the day, the best package is going to win. If that's me, great. If it's not me, then it was, you know, like that's fair too, you know, but like what I'm focused on is really just bringing that best package and like working every single day so hard to like know that I've done absolutely everything. And like when I step on that stage, I want to trust in my preparation completely and know that, you know, all these different things that I've done has helped me get to where I am. I've taken a 2-year off season, which is so important. You know, I'm coming into this rested, feeling amazing, excited. Like I'm excited to get back on stage. I'm so excited for show day. I'm so excited to like fly out and set up my hotel room, like all these little details that I miss from competing, I'm gonna get to do again. And I'm like just super focused on that and not letting all these other silly distractions affect me. And I think that's also why I've been able to be so much more open with you guys and sharing more, is because I'm not fearing judgment anymore. And I really feared judgment before, not from the bodybuilding community, but from like my other peer groups and other people in my life. And now I know like a lot of people say this, like, I just don't care, you know, like it's not that I don't care. It's like, I know it's there. I know that judgment is there, but like, I'm going to roll with it. Like, it's okay. Like, it's just literally, my mindset coach says this. She says, you know, sometimes you have to think of things like beach balls in a pool. And, you know, these beach balls are maybe things that bother you. And if you take one of those beach balls and try to like bury it in the water, what happens? You keep trying to push it down into the water and then it pops up and hits you in the face. And that's, I feel like, what a lot of us do is, you know, we have these worries, we have these concerns about show day, or, you know, this person competing or that person. And we try to like take those feelings and like bury them inside of us, but like that doesn't get rid of them. They're always going to be there. So the way you have to be is, you have to swim with the beach balls. Let them float around. Like, they're there. It's okay. But like, we deserve to be here, and we're going to do our thing, and we're going to do it confidently. Just working with that coach a lot, and that's really helped. Obviously, my coach Amber is phenomenal with mindset as well. So I always turn to him if I have anything. But I think, in prep, you have to accept that you are going to have moments that are challenging. I don't like to use the word hard. Challenging. They are challenging, and you will get through them. You have to remember your why. Why are you doing this? Who believes in you? For me, the other day I was thinking of my husband, because he believes in me so much, and he's so proud of me. And so is, I think everybody else that's kind of helped me. I mean, if I think of Amber too, obviously, he wants to win, but I think he's so proud of me as an athlete too, and how far I've come, because he's really seen the evolution of not just my physique, but mentally and everything throughout the years. So I kind of always just think about that, and you have to separate yourself from the win, the trophy. If you've been in the sport long enough, nothing's guaranteed. You could even show up looking the best and still not win. It's just, nothing is guaranteed at the end of the day in terms of results. So the only results you can control are just being the best that you can be every single day. But I actually want to show you guys something when I was just thinking of my husband. Okay, so speaking of my husband and how proud he is, so he surprised me yesterday. So last time I did a show abroad, my carry-on was too big, and right when I got onto the plane, they were like, you can't put that, it didn't fit, because it was a small plane, and it was so stressful because I had to take my suit and shoes and everything out of that and put it in a backpack, and it's a few days before show, and I'm stressing out. It's the worst thing that could happen. So I knew I couldn't take that bag, and I've been just asking him what can I take, or what's gonna fit in the overhead. So yesterday he surprised me with this new, I'm gonna take this this carry-on the plane, so it's super small, and look, he put pro on it. He's the most proud husband ever. So when I look at this, I'm just I don't know, you just feel so much gratitude, people believe in you. They think what you're doing is incredible, and it really is. Take a step back and realize what you are doing. I don't have to do this. I've got a family, I've got a job, I've got all these different things. I could be having coffee with my girlfriends during the day, going for lunch, hanging out with my staff, making my business better. I could be volunteering at on the parent committee or something at school, working out with a lot of food in my system, and just having the best pumps and best time. But I've decided to push myself and do this, and it's unique. It's really different, and it's super cool. So always feel that gratitude, and understand what you're doing is so special, and you'll have less difficult days in prep. All right, I'm going to give you a gym tour, because every time I put this gym in my story, somebody's like, is that your home gym? And yes, it is my home gym. I started kind of collecting equipment over the pandemic, because I was getting super into working out, and all the gyms were closed. So I just bought whatever I could. And then we always wanted to build a little extension to the house, so we ended up making it a gym. So come on in. Up there is my King Kong trophy. That is the first competition I did. I made a little house for it because it's so cool. And then Pro Card, random piano. We didn't know where to put this piano, so it's here for now. Got some awards. My friend Tanya made me this after I turned pro, so come on in. So it's super, I don't know if you could tell that the sound kind of changes in here. We made it really soundproof, so we can blast music. Well, I blast music. My husband thinks it's too loud, but most of the house can't hear. And so yeah, we've got everything here from dumbbells. Got this Versa climber that I never use anymore, but this is not good for bodybuilding because it doesn't have a motor. It will freaking burn calories like crazy, because you're basically just you're suspended in space and just doing this. Like, I don't even think I'm like fit enough to do that anymore. But anyways, I used to take classes on this thing and it was awesome. I've got the Cybex Eagle back row, which I love. I always say this is my favorite back row. A Smith, Amber, my coach, basically like helped me equip this gym. He's really, really good with like resistance training and stuff like that. So he's helped me choose all these pieces. I decided to go for a Smith over just a free bar. Obviously we don't have, it's a big gym for a home gym, but we don't have like so much space to put both. So the reason I did this is just because like a Smith machine is like, it's a machine. So, you know, you can use it for so many different things, whereas a free bar, you're kind of limited. I do have a bar under there, so I can still do like deadlifts and things like that. But in terms of like something with a rack, I opted for a Smith. This is my favorite thing in the gym. This is my pendulum squat. And you could also kind of tell that this gym looks a bit like Pure Muscle, and that's because I went there and I loved like the trim on the walls. So we ended up doing the exact same thing. So, and Pure Muscle did our floor. I think they did the walls as well. And we got some of these pieces from them. So this is the Atlantis pendulum. I think it is the best pendulum in terms of just the way it sets you up, the angle, everything like that hits your quads so nicely. So this is my favorite thing in this gym. I've got the hip thrust glute drive from Nautilus. Also a good one. This is the hammer strength leg curl. For me, I think like the angle on this is so great compared to other leg curls that I've tried. This is a Panada. It's a squat press. This was the first thing I bought in the pandemic from Dorian. He posted it and I was like, oh my God, a leg press. And you know, now you can just get these all over, you know, Facebook Marketplace and stuff. Like back then it was like, there's a leg press for sale and like you just snatched it. So yeah, this is a squat press. Everything for this gym, this is on a second floor, had to be craned up. So, and like the windows, everything's like sealed. So there's like zero chance my husband is allowing me to change a single piece of equipment in here. When we sell this house, if we sell this house, everything is staying. So this is an abductor adductor, and I like this one because it goes all the way back for abductions, which really gets your side glutes very well. And this is my leg extension that I do 500 sets of leg extensions for every day. Just kidding, but not really, maybe in my off season. And of course, my best friend, Ursula. She gets a different name every time, but this is where I do most of my cardio. Sometimes I do leave the house to do cardio, but like I said, we are in my last video, we're keeping cardio consistent. So I only do it on this particular brand of Stairmaster, which is Stairmaster, because I do it at the same level. So I want to keep it consistent. Otherwise, you know, I'll just be all over the place. So before we hit shoulders, I'm going to introduce you guys to a few little friends. Okay, so this is Gilbert. So I have a lot of different animals. I have a lot of exotic animals. And the reason for that is because I just think exotic animals are so cool because they're not like so removed from nature, you know, like a dog is no longer a wolf, right? Like it's so domesticated. But when you get these like really, they're not domesticated, they're called captive bred. So like, even though they're bred in captivity to be pets, they still have like a lot of original animal wild behaviors, wild instincts. So they're really cool to observe. Also, my kids are allergic to dogs and cats. Otherwise I would have like 12 of each, but it's probably a blessing in disguise. So Gilbert is a redfoot tortoise, and he is he's actually like 3 times the size of when I first got him. He's going to grow to be about this big, like huge. And he will live up to, in captivity, these guys, in the wild, they live up to 50 years. In captivity, they can live up to like 70, 80. Mr. Skedabbledoo. Don't ask me how they got their names, but Mr. Skedabbledoo is a Chahua gecko, which you may have heard of crested geckos, which are really common. These are from a small island called New Caledonia. And these are actually super, super cool because like they have a prehensile tail, like they can hold on to things with their tail. And they've also got these really cool sticky feet. He's not gonna let me show his sticky feet, but basically he can, where are you going? He can hang upside down and stick to anything. That they do that with little force, like little tiny, it's not suction cups, but it's like these tiny invisible forces called van der Waal forces. And the cool thing about these tails is actually if they get like stuck in something or they get scared, or like if a predator is getting them, they can drop their tail. Patricia, I don't know how they got their names, but Patricia is a Euromastix and she is super cool. You could see her cool colors. She's actually shedding. So interesting thing about reptiles is as they grow, their skin does not stretch with them like human skin does. So they actually have to shed a layer of skin each time they grow. So she is, I think, about 1.5 years. And these are called spiny tail lizards. That's what Euromastix, I think that's like the meaning of it. And the reason is because their tails are super, super sharp, and when they're threatened, they actually whip their tail. That's their defense mechanism. This is Lola, and you guys might recognize Lola as for what she is. She's a bearded dragon. It's a very common kind of like beginner reptile, even though she is my biggest one. These are awesome if you have kids and they want to like get into reptiles. The only thing is you do have to feed them live feed up until they're about 1 year, and then they're vegetarians, and then but they still need like crickets and stuff 3 times a week. So a lot of people don't want that, but yeah. Patricia is fully vegetarian. The gecko is fully vegetarian. The tortoise is fully vegetarian, but the gecko actually eats crickets too, so as a treat though. She doesn't need them, but she needs crickets once in a while, or worms or something. So, and she is, you will not find this color at a pet store. I had to drive like 2.5 hours to pick her up. She's a designer bred bearded dragon. So they're actually, a lot of reptile breeders breed for color and cool morphs and stuff like that. Okay, the next one I put in my pocket because Steph's scared of her. So this is Hershey. And I know a lot of people don't like snakes, but get over it because probably a snake has never done anything to you in your life. So I don't know why people...
You just don't have feet. Like
I know, but they're so cool. And like, honestly, the snake has never bitten me. I think this is, of all my animals, like the least vicious. I think, I don't know who's, actually all my animals are pretty good, but we handle them a lot. So anyway, so Hershey is named Hershey because she looks like Hershey cookies and cream. This is Simba. Simba's a lion head bunny. He eats the bananas that I can't eat right now.
Oh my God. So cute.
I know, he's so cute. He loves, look at him, he just loves bananas. And Simba also is a designer bunny. Because look, he has like blue eyes. All my animals are Gucci. Can't get like regular ones. They have to be special.
So where is he from? Where is he from though? Like
He's a lion head. He came from Montreal. What else can I say about Simba? I purposely am bringing him out last because if I handled the bunny and then handled the snake, the snake may like strike me because obviously I smell like rodent. And snakes hunt through scent. So always I tell my kids don't handle Simba and then grab the snake. He's shedding right now. He's going through his, they do twice a year, they do a big shed, so there's just fur everywhere. Are you done? See, guys, this is a lesson in eating until you're full. Like, that's it. Look, like he'll have like a few bites. And he's like, No, never mind. Yeah, see, look, he's done. And he's just like, okay, like, what else am I going to do today? To ping it for him.
Okay.
But tell him not to worry about it. Tell him it's fine. We'll find it.
Sounds good.
I don't want him to worry about it.
Yes. The students always bring me phones when they find it, so...
Yeah, I'm sure it'll turn
maybe
up.
someone just grabbed it by mistake because, every phone looks pretty much the same.
For sure.
Okay. I'll
All
let
right.
you know.
Okay, have a good day.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. My son lost his phone. So it's just a quick warm-up set. We're starting with dumbbell laterals, which I almost always start with. You can hear like I'm really creaky in prep. I always wake up like tight. So the first few sets always are just like getting those cracks out. I don't do anything. I know a lot of people like stretch with bands and stuff before. I really just don't do that. I just kind of do what I get into the workout, and I just do lower reps or like high rep, lower weights. So I'm gonna grab some heavier now, and maybe not that heavy. And I'm just gonna hit the bottom. Just that bottom range. So the thing with lateral raises is that they get heavier as you get weaker. So as you come up here, this muscle shortens, which makes it weaker, but you're up here. So there's something called a moment arm, but basically the weight is the heaviest up here. So this exercise does, like it works kind of in a backwards way. It's not ideal. It doesn't match the profile of your muscles. So something that I like to do is, I work mostly up here with a lighter weight, and then I'll grab something heavier and work the lower portion of the range where my muscle is stronger. And that's truly how you fail a muscle properly, is you have to fail it at every range of the muscles. I can't take credit for this exercise. I saw it on Regan Grimes' Instagram, but it's awesome. Such a good idea. So this is like, what's a lateral raise? Well, it's just like you're abducting your shoulders. This is an abductor. So we're gonna lighten this up. I don't know how much I can do on this, but I'll show you guys how to use an abductor as a lateral raise. Come in here. I probably had it a bit too heavy. Keep going here. Pretty good. And then, you know what, I'll do some laterals. Like, the thing is, people might poo-poo this. I don't know if that's a word, poo-poo, but my kids say it. Don't poo-poo me. Your shoulders don't know that you're doing like some dumbbell lateral raises and some on that and some machine and some, like, they just know contractions. So I'll do just like a variety of things. Like, I might not do 4 sets of that, or maybe I'll do 2 sets here and 4 sets on the abductor. it's all about just like, you know, contracting, volume, whatever works for you. You'll also notice I really don't count my reps. Like I just go until, I mean, I want to say failure, but yeah, basically until it's just not lifting anymore. I know if it's like, if I did high reps or low reps, like I have a general idea, you know? So again, with these, just driving my feet into the ground, and I'm not thinking of bringing the dumbbells up and down. I'm thinking of this muscle contracting, stretch, contract. So essentially I'm almost bringing this part of my arm to my ear this way. It's not, you know, sometimes exercises have names like press, and you're thinking like I have to press it up, but it's just, it's more this kind of movement, and you're also coming back a bit. So not going super heavy, because that's just not the goal right now at 2 weeks out, but same thing, just keeping rest short, getting a good pump. A seated shoulder press on the Smith. This is what I love with Smith, because it can be used like this. It's a machine. And we're gonna superset that with front raises. One thing you guys are gonna notice is that I actually don't train, usually, not always, but I don't train rear delts on my shoulder day. I do them on my back day. It makes more sense for me because I just feel like they're part of back. And I feel like I'm already hitting them in a lot of my rows, especially because I think I am kind of upper back dominant. So it just makes more sense for me to add those to my back day. So I trained back yesterday, so I've already hit my rear delts, but if you wanted to hit rear delts on your shoulder day to make this a more complete workout for you, then that could be your last or first exercise. So you could see for this one, I actually dropped it on the one side and I was able to do more reps with more weight on the right side, and that's okay because obviously my right side's a bit stronger. So it's okay if you're not balanced exactly like the same weight, same reps on both sides, because if I were to do the same thing on my right side that I did on my left, like my right side wouldn't be challenged, you know, it wouldn't grow. And my coach always says, you're creating more of an imbalance that way. So it's better to, you know, do what you can on each side. And yeah, so like I really just train by feel. So like for whatever reason, today on the right side, I was able to just go a bit heavier. Maybe I was less tired from the presses by the time I got there, and I just kept it on that weight. And for the left side, I had to drop it. So that's a good piece of advice there, is just to feel it out, do what works for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, coming into my house, seeing my animals, little shoulder workout for you guys. I have an hour of cardio to do today, so I'm gonna get half of that done right now. I did the other half this morning, some more posing. I'm gonna have my post-workout, which is chicken and salt. And then I'm just gonna pick my kids up from school. It's Halloween today, so it's trick-or-treating, get them all dressed up, take my mind off prep for a little while and hang out with them. And that's about it. That's gonna be my day. So if you like these videos and you wanna see more content from me, please hit the subscribe button. Please like this video, leave a comment, let me know what else you wanna see. And if you wanna see some daily updates leading up to my show, follow my Instagram at drdove_IFBB Pro. Thank you.